Welcome to another episode on our channel. A big shout out to 16 Outfitters. When I received the Clive Rossfield figure of Final Fantasy from them, it came quickly, it was well packed, and it had the plastic wrap still over the box, which interfered with anyone's ability to see the tiny dings on the outside of the box. But it was with the damage on the inside of the box that suggested that it came from the manufacturer damage. And bless their hearts, they saw the video and they approved a return. So I'm a very happy camper with 16 Outfitters, and I'll be ordering things from them in the future based on an N of 1. So one thing you can do if you have any concerns about a company that you've never purchased from before, and this is what I did before I ordered something from 16 Outfitters, was you should look on the internet for feedback on whether a company is legit or not. And usually 16 scale forums will give you good information on that particular company. That's where you find out things like Toys Wonderland is not a good place to get things from. And they've gone through some name changes since they've called themselves Toys Wonderland. So you should be cautious when you find a new company with a new name. They could be Toys Wonderland, and they don't have a great track record. They did in the beginning. So when I ordered from them in the beginning, I understood they were a legit company, and then they went downhill somehow and couldn't get the items I ordered from them. So I had to go through my credit card to get my money refunded. So anyway, that's one way to keep yourself always safe. I'll list in the description below places where you can get, I keep doing this every single time, I know, but maybe you're new to the channel, but places where you can get 16 scale loose accessories, and places, trusted places from my perspective anyway, of where you can get complete figures. And this is one of them, Big Bad Toy Store. So we're going to open this up. We'll be right back. I'll have an X-Acto knife and we'll see what I got. So we are back and I'm ready to open this thing. This came from FedEx, and I'm noticing there are some dings on the box. There's a puncture wound here. I don't know if you can see it. This is kind of a little on the end. Maybe that's part of the box, though, how it was put together. There is some damage to this side, but what can you do? We'll just open it and see what we have. But I like to open figures on YouTube. And even though I might edit things down for you guys to see, because I don't want to waste your time, we do keep the whole video. So if there's any question about how the package arrived, we can publish it privately, let the company see it, and then hopefully get a return authorization based upon that. So that's a nice way to protect yourself with figures. So anyway, let me just open this up. I'll try to be quick about it. Try not to waste your time. I've gotten a few things from the Big Bad Toy Store, and I've been happy with the outcome. So I don't suspect there'll be problems. Bubble wrap. What a novel idea. Bubble wrap. Sometimes you do get things. Ironically, sometimes you do get things. It's just a box in a box. And you go, why does that happen? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway. All right. So this is a Dungeons and Dragons figure. If you haven't seen the movie, you should see it. It's funny. So I really liked the movie. And yeah, so it comes in its plastic wrap. Of course, you can't really see too much until you get the plastic off. So let's do that. Let's just, instead of cutting the tape, let's just pull it off. That's a cool art box. Yeah. I made a noise there. Sorry about that. But it's looking pretty good from what I can see. Sometimes I really can't tell until I see the actual video, but it's looking pretty good. Yeah. It's actually a funny movie. Suspenseful at times, but funny. So I really liked it. And when I saw this figure coming out, I thought, let's go for it. All right, so let's figure out how this, oh good, it's not, oh bad, it is taped from the bottom. I really don't like, again, you guys know me now, don't like tape on boxes. So it comes in plastic. I'd rather it be in foam, but what can you do? Okay. Oop. Knife almost came out. So let's look at the figure first, and then I won't waste your time. That's interesting. Oh, okay. A wrist peg fell. Usually they put the 2 wrist pegs into a little plastic bag, but this went over one of his hands, another hand. Well, good, they didn't tape it. I hate it when they tape things. All right. That's him. Definitely him. Okay. So we'll pause. I'll get everything else out and we'll talk about what he has. The one thing I'm noticing he doesn't have is this stand, but that's okay because the price is definitely better than most prices are today. I think it was, well, I think it was like in the $175 range, which is today, it's hard to find figures for that kind of cost. So I'm okay without a stand. Anyway, we'll be right back. We are back, and I couldn't be happier with this figure. The head sculpt is spot on with Chris Pine. The facial features are perfect. The paint job is immaculate. The outfit is gorgeous. The jacket is soft to the touch. The boots are 2 pieces, so you have this thing that slips over the shoe, which gives it the illusion of being a boot. I like that in the sense that it's easier to take off if it's in 2 pieces, but I can't imagine taking the boots off ever on this figure. He has light tan pants and then a wonderful blue shirt. He's got a sheath on one side right there, and he's got a pouch on this side right here. And I mean, the jacket, everything. Just nice. Wonderful colors, great head sculpt. He does come with a knife. It's not metal. I'm okay with that as long as I'm not paying an arm and a leg for a figure. And we'll see if it fits nicely. Yep, fits nicely into the sheath. So that's wonderful. Now with the Final Fantasy figure on Clive Rossfield that I got, it only came with 2 hands. I haven't seen that for ages. This is plentiful in terms of hands. He comes wearing fisted hands. He has open hands. I really like the option of open hands. He has two gripping hands, and that's nice. He has one hand, his left hand with a tighter grip. I imagine that's probably to hold the lute, and this would be maybe the strumming hand, or he could be saying okay. But plenty of hands. And then he has the lute holder, and at first I was going, doesn't fit. Dummy me. it fits this way. So the strings are protected. That logically makes sense. And then there's a little strap that you can undo and put back in. It's plastic, that's the downside. So you have to be careful, I'm sure, in terms of how you maneuver these things to get everything to fit. I can't imagine leaving it in the case though. I mean, if you're going to pose him, I see using the lute in terms of putting it into his hands. So let's pause. I'll get him into a pose and then we'll get him on a turn tray and see him from different directions and then start getting some shots of some closer ups. So we'll be right back. We are back, and the hardest thing to have figured out is how do you get that lute holder on the guy? And this just comes over his right shoulder underneath his left arm and lays in the back. So you can see his buckle right here. That's how you want it. At first I tried to put it on the other way and then looked at the picture more closely, and it does come over the right shoulder underneath the left arm and just lays in the back very nicely. And the hand that has the tighter grip is useful to hold the lute on the left side. And of course, this is the strumming hand. So I think this is the pose that I'm going to use for the guy. I rather like it. So we'll pause now and get him on a turn tray so we can see him from all angles. So we'll be right back. He looks wonderful. I think his hair is a little longer than mine, actually. I was just saying that to my husband. You know, it's sort of like in the old days when you didn't have remote controls for your car and your door was locked and your keys were in the ignition and you shut the door and you're going like, no, you're trying, but it's too late. The door shuts and now you're stuck and you have to get help to get your car open. That's kind of what I felt like in the sitting in the chair and getting my hair cut. I was going to go, no, but it was too late. She started cutting and it's a little too short for my taste, but it will grow. Thank God. Okay. Anyway, he looks great. He looks absolutely great. Let's go around and see him from all sides. This is made of plastic. It would have been nice if it was made out of leather, but you know, it still looks great. They did hit it out of the ballpark. He looks absolutely great. So we'll pause now and get some close-ups from here on it. So this figure was produced by ThreeZero. They did the Walking Dead figures. Some of them are absolutely spot on, and some of them you kind of go, maybe not the best work imaginable. But this particular figure, I think they outdid themselves. He's wonderful. So we'll go around and see him in more details now. Even though that's plastic, it still looks awesome. And the fact that they added a strumming hand was a nice detail for this particular figure. So we'll pause now and get some tighter close-ups of this face. I don't know about you guys, but this is an awesome head sculpt. So we'll just go side to side. Love the eyes. Here's one last look at the lead character in Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves, Darvin. I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.